So my father came in the 1950s as a young man, and it was always, you know, England was connected to us, and his brother-in-laws and brothers were over here as well too. And it was about how do you make better your life? Because at that time he had 4 of us in terms of children. He was already married. So it was about doing better for yourself and your family. And also I think all the Guyanese brothers came here to do better. They were going to be lawyers, they were going to be accountants, they were going to be anything like this. In Guyana, my father was very much part of the community where my grandparents built mosques. I think my grandparents, my granddad on both sides, were always fighting about religion. And he actually was instrumental in establishing the Regina masjid in Essequibo, because he was fetching the cement, I'm told, to build that masjid. So that love of the religion was already embedded in him. It was who he is. Nobody knew that you would have that opportunity to come and build a mosque here in the UK. But one thing led to another, and he became a little bit despondent with groups that were already here. First of all, you go to other masjids and they spoke a different language. They didn't really recognize our culture. And especially the women were not recognized in any of these places. Sometimes there was no provision for women. Being Guyanese, our women are very much involved. He opened his home to allow people to come and do their prayers, to do their Ramadan, break their fast. From that, it was an automatic that he was going to be a leader. So because I worked with him and I walked with him here in this mosque for 40 years, people knew me. He would always send them to me as well if they needed certain help or advice. I worked in the local government, so I had knowledge about what people needed, whether it was housing or welfare benefits or just advice on relationship breakdown. And so I think that the transition from when my father, if you like, I think he was very clever. He coached us all. He encouraged us to shadow what he was doing and other members were doing so that the organization could continue without there being any breakage that was seamless. And so in that way too, without my knowing, he did that for me as well. And when he was passing away, and I said to him, "What do you want me to do, Dad?" And he said to me, "I don't need to tell you, you know already." And that was a really great encouragement because I knew and he knew we would continue his legacy. His legacy was for the community. His legacy was for the children. And when I took that on 4 years ago, there were some people from certain cultures who didn't like a woman being the president. Before I took the role, we engaged with 6 different imams or scholars, if you like, and all from different countries. There were Algerians, Pakistani, Bengali, all of them were from different cultures. So it wasn't a Guyanese person who said, "Oh yes, a woman could be the president." So now it's 4 years later since I took on that position. And I have to say to you that us Guyanese women are very strong, and we stand up for what is right, and we follow the things that we know to be the right way. We don't break or violate any of the Islamic guidance. I was very fortunate to be awarded that MBE by the Queen. However, Prince Charles, who is now our king, was the one who gave me that, and it was amazing. And you know what it's actually done for our community is it's shown to other people, wow, if she can get this and get the work that she's doing recognized, then we can get that as well.